As a solo creator, it's not always easy to get all the shots you want.
Not again.
Friends get tired of holding the camera and tripods can only do so much. So I thought, why not use an AI videographer whose whole world spin around me, that follows me everywhere and even fly really far away when I need those epic wide shots. And that's what exactly this drone does. It's the DJI Flip, a drone designed for solo creators. And in today's video, I will show you how you can create the cinematic videos all by yourself using this drone. So let's begin. And the best part about this drone, for close by flying, you can fly it without a remote. To do that, you will open the drone wings and it will automatically turn on. Then you switch the desired mode by pressing the button. The drone gives you audio and visual indication on the front screen, and you keep it pressed on, and then the drone will automatically take off from your hand.
20 meters. Rocket. 3, 2, 1.
And you can choose between rocket, follow, spotlight, Dronie, circle. And when you are done, you raise your palm and it automatically lands inside your palm. And the intelligent modes are great, but to get max out of the drone, it's better to connect it to your mobile phone. And you unlock some cool features like, hey fly,
Here.
follow.
Follow. 1. Obstacle sensing unavailable. Fly with caution.
And here, if you notice, I am actually also able to record my audio directly into the drone footage. So here the DJI Fly app automatically cancels any kind of drone sound. And if you are connected to a microphone, like me, I'm connected to the DJI Mic Mini, I can get a little bit better audio. But that's not all. You can see the framing of your shot in the real time, leaving back all the guesswork. And a bunch of important settings that you need to turn on for the better quality and the safety of the drone. Into the settings, scroll to the video and select the color profile to Dlog-m, which is a 10-bit video that looks flat out of the camera, but gives you a better flexibility for the color grading later. And enable the color display assist, so at least while you're flying you'll see the normal colors, but your video will be recorded inside the Dlog-m. And you can select the landscape and horizontal orientation, for which you don't get the true vertical gimbal rotations, so the portrait videos are limited to 2.7K in this case. Now DJI gave you a bunch of shots, and I'll tell you how you can utilize these shots for telling your stories better. Let's start with the modes focused on solo creators. Follow mode, as the name suggests, the drone follows you from the behind, so you can adjust the distance and the height for those running, biking or hiking trail shots. And to elevate your video, you can add more variations of this shot using the direction track that lets you log the direction from the side or front, and the drone follows your distance and angle. Works amazingly if you're walking some cliffs and bridges to take some impossible shots. This was the case if you want your camera to move with you and follow you. But what if you want the camera to stay at a stationary place and pan follow your movements? This is where the spotlight mode comes in, useful in more storytelling and narrative scenarios. And you can also switch it to the photo mode, in that if you say static more than 3 seconds, drone automatically takes your photo. Then we have some revealing shots, and the first one being the rocket, where it goes straight up or rotating like a rocket to reveal a place you are in. Works perfectly for forest, fields or something like a town square, which looks really cool from straight above. Dronie is similar to the rocket, but instead of flying up straight, it flies straight back, best for revealing if you are standing on the edge of the cliff, lake, roof or any kind of open landscape, shows the scale. And drone actually does the two shots. So one while it's going away and one while it's coming back for every quick shot. So in case you screw up once, you have a backup. One of my favorite shots is the circle, where you are in the static pose and the camera circles around you, giving a 360 perspective of the location. creates more dynamic and energy-filled reveals, like the top of the mountain, your car in a landscape, or a tent. Makes the scene filled more with excitement. Also looks really cool if you shot it from the eye level and below. Adds more movement to the scene, but be little cautious because this drone doesn't have any kind of obstacle avoidance in the side. So your drone can crash out if you don't watch it for the obstacles. Then by combining the circle and the Dronie, we have the Helix shot. It is used for at a very contrast kind of place for a dynamic reveal focusing on both you and the surrounding. I normally used it only once fully, which looks really complex to take if you try to do it manually. And the boomerang. I have no idea where to use it, so if you know, let me know in the comments. And the one thing that is dramatic and cinematic at the same time is the Dolly Zoom, in which the drone flies back while zooming in and creates this world-stretching effect that can earlier only be done using a RC2 controller, but now you can do it with a single click. And if you want, you can also fly the drone manually without using the remote. I normally use it to position my drone for photos, for creating some shots. This was the case if you want to shoot up to the maximum distance of 50 meters. But it's not limited to that. You can fly this drone really far away like the other DJI drone liner. Costing 460 euros, the standard combo comes with the DJI RC N3 remote. That you can upgrade to the RC2 remote setup for 649 euros and the Fly More combo with more batteries for 789 euros. But before that, let's touch up some settings for better quality and safety of the drone, because now you are going to be flying far away. Let's start with the camera settings that you have access over here. Normally I shoot at auto, but you can also open more controls if you click on the auto, and you have access to the shutter speed, ISO, manual focus by clicking on this button, and some settings that are hidden in the camera like histogram, focus peaking for manual focus, and overexposure and zebra alert. And then you can also enable the frame guides. Some other things that you should set up for the safety of the drone. Clicking on the safety, you can set up the brake in the case of the obstacles, auto return to home distance, which you normally need to set up higher than the obstacle, so I normally go with 75 meters, max altitude, and what happens if your drone signal get lost. With that, you will be able to fly manually, which gives you freedom to create your own shots. But this flying manually was not the reason that you bought this drone, so be prepared. We still have bunch of more advanced auto features. DJI also has the master shots. What it does based on your subject selection between portrait, landscape or proximity, it will auto calculate the course and go through bunch of quick shots like Dronie, circle, from far and close, and some advanced shot like gimbal pans and top downs, and take them for you. After you are done, you can go inside the app and select from the multiple templates to create a quick and easy. And you also get the same quick shots but with better range and control, like Dronie, Helix, circle, boomerang, rocket, and Asteriod Mode, which start close to you and flies back, transition into a 360-degree panorama shot or a tiny planet. Works best at beaches, open areas away from the tall obstacle. But some people do consider it little gimmicky. And you can also use the remote to create the follow modes, and it offers you much greater flexibility. To do so, either click on the focus track button on the side or simply select the human. Here we also get different options. The first one is the spotlight. where drone tracks you while being in the constant position. But the interesting thing here is that you can modify the position while mid-tracking, giving you option to create a wide variety of shots. And that works also in the Activetrack, which maintain the same distance from you as you move, and you can keep on modifying the frame while the drone is in flight and tracking is taking place. And then we have a sort of a circle mode called POI. But the DJI Flip cannot track objects like cars for now. It can only track humans, which is where it is lagging a little bit. And then some really cool hyperlapse using your drone to create these smooth dynamic shots of city or moving objects like cloud. The main thing to consider here is the interval between each photo, speed and length of the video, setting this parameter according to the battery life you have. The hyperlapse created by the DJI Fly app is limited to 1080, but by selecting the images, you can create it up to 4K. You can choose between the free mode that allows movement during the hyperlapse. Unless you are very skilled at, the results are always kind of shaky, so mostly useful for static shots. Better option is to go between the circle in the hyperlapse mode and also the CouseLock, where the drone moves close to the subject in the direction that we can select. Where I like to go with slight diagonal direction, then the drone moves and while camera is locked onto the subject. And if you want even more control, you can also set up a custom route for the hyperlapse by selecting the position, orientation and camera angle for the each shot. And the drone calculates the smooth transition between the points. But the course needs to be calculated thoroughly, otherwise you have kind of warped footage in between transitions. One cool thing is you can also store the position, so you can fly the drone at different times like day and night, which is actually pretty cool. DJI has designed the Flip as a vlogging or the video camera, but it does not mean its photo capabilities are lagging. So this part is for the photographers looking into this drone, specifically for photographers. We get an aperture of f1.7 and two resolutions of 12 and 48 megapixel. You can also choose between JPEG, RAW or both. In the photo mode, we have single photo, AEB or auto exposure bracketing, where drone automatically take the series of photos of the same scene with the different exposure levels. One properly exposed, one underexposed and one overexposed. Mostly useful in high contrast lighting situation to ensure at least one of the photo has the right amount of exposure, and is also used to create HDR images. We also get the burst mode for the sports photography to go between 3 to 7 photos, then a time shot. In case you don't want the photo with the controller in your hand, you can actually set up the timer between from 2 to 60 seconds and then pose for your photo, which is actually pretty handy. And lastly, you get the panorama mode to choose between sphere, 180 degree, a wide angle and a vertical mode. And the best part is you also get the individual photos, so you can stitch it inside the DJI Fly app or manually using the Lightroom. And as of the quality of the photos, you get really good performance in the bright and dark light condition. So this was a cinematic guide for the DJI Flip, the most underrated drone of the year. I have created similar guides for other DJI devices on my channel, so if you enjoyed this, you will definitely like that as well. And I'll also create a bunch more for the more DJI devices. So for that, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.